This is it. Let's open it up. Take a look inside. We got an info sheet, and then we got this. That's right. I'll let you in on a little secret. This is not just any cast iron pan. This is a polished cast iron pan. Just take a look at that shine. It's insane. This is a hand polished pan. And as of now, they are for sale. So secretly, I've been working for the past year on this pan and getting it out to the point where we can actually bring it to you. You see, I have a whole collection of cast iron pans and carbon steel pans and stainless steel pans and pressed cast iron pans and all kinds of pans. Non-stick pans, not so much, but basically almost every pan that you can think of I have in my collection. But there's one pan that was missing from my collection, and it was the pan that I needed the most. And the reason that I didn't have it in my collection was just because of the sheer price of such a pan. You see, if you want a cast iron pan, that's not a problem. These things, well, you can get them basically everywhere. There are versions of this where they put it in a lathe and then just scrape out the inside of the cast iron pan, making it super smooth. But super smooth is not going to cut it. You see, the only ultimate version of a cast iron pan is a hand polished cast iron pan. You might see that there is a problem with hand polishing pans like this. It's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get it right. But I teamed up with the windmill, and together we developed this pan, and we made sure that all of them are hand polished to perfection so that they are super smooth. I know what you're thinking. Why do I need a hand polished cast iron pan? The first reason that you need one of these pans is because of its cooking capabilities. It has all the benefits of a cast iron pan. It holds energy well, it creates the most beautiful sear on a steak, and it lasts a lifetime. But I must admit, there's a downside to regular cast iron, and that is because it requires some maintenance. Well, with a polished version of a cast iron pan, the maintenance is at a minimum. All you have to do is, after the cook, just remove all the dirt and warm the pan up so that it's dry. If you want to, you can add a little bit of oil, but if the pan is dry enough, you don't really have to do anything other than just stick it in the cabinet, because there really is no maintenance. But let me show you the pan that I have been using for the past half year. Because since this entered in my household, it's not been away from the stove. Even my wife loves this pan. This is what it looks like after half a year of use. This is the new version. This is a brand new one out of the box, and this is after half a year. You can clearly see the buildup of patina, but you can also see that there's no clear seasoning on this pan. Even if we compare the back, you can see the color changed, and that is just because of regular cooking. I haven't done any heavy seasoning on this pan. I've just been using it, and it is still super smooth without any serious seasoning. And so I'm super happy to finally be able to share this with you, show you my new pan, and have it available for you so you can actually own one too at a reasonable price. Let me put this pan on the stove so I can show you how well it works. I'm gonna warm it up, put a little bit of oil in it, and with a paper towel I'm just gonna spread out that oil because I only need a little bit of oil. Well, sometimes I do, but when I cook for my family on a regular basis, it has to be healthy as well, so I'm gonna use a little bit of oil. Now I'm gonna put in an egg. You see that the pan is not extremely hot. And normally with a stainless steel pan, let's say, this would instantly stick to the pan, but not with the hand polished cast iron pan. And within a few minutes, your eggs is swirling around the pan, only with a little bit of oil and a little bit of heat. And let's take a look at the bottom of this egg. You see how beautiful the crust developed? Super nice golden brown on light. That is the signature of a cast iron pan. A beautiful crust on your delicious food. The technical term is Maillard effect, and it makes your protein turn to sugars, and that makes your food taste freaking delicious. Now let's try it out with a steak. No extra oil, press it down in the pan, make sure that it makes good contact with the pan, slow down the heat a little bit, give the fat some time to render down and the steak to build up a crust. And after a few minutes, this is the result you can expect. But I know you think, does that work on a new pan as well? Well, Let's try it. Straight out of the box, cold pan. Let's put the steak in. Doesn't even sizzle yet. Now we wait. I'm starting to get a sizzle, which means the pan is warming up. Fat is starting to render down. Just trying to get that steak to flatten out a little bit so that I get that beautiful edge to edge crispy crust on my steak. Pick it up. We can clearly see it's not sticking to the pan. We got the crust developing beautifully. You can see that it works just as well in a new pan as well as in a pan that you've been using for a year. So no need to burn it in or keep seasoning it or work on it a long time. This pan just works, and it's probably the only pan you're going to be needing in your kitchen. Another cool feature for this pan is that you can use this pan with acidic food. In a regular cast iron pan you wouldn't do that because you would destroy the seasoning, but there's no seasoning here. If you put tomato sauce in this, you might take off a little bit of that seasoning color that you have in your pan, but all you then need to do is just rinse it off, put a little bit of oil on it, and you're good to go again. Cleaning this pan is super easy. All you need to do is go in with a paper towel, remove any of the oil that sits in the pan, and if there's something sticking to the bottom, just go in with some water and a wet towel, or you can even use an abrasive pad. Just lightly sand it up. Get rid of everything that's stuck to the bottom, clean it up, dry it off. Make sure that the back is dry as well. There we go. And at this point, you don't even need to re-season it. You can put it away like this without it rusting. Now, to me, that is a big difference to regular cast iron. Hope you guys are excited about this pan as I am. Let me know down below in the comments. I'll put a link down below there as well where you can find it in our shop. And the most respectable barbecue shops across Europe will have this pan in their collection. See you guys in the next one.